Hello, my fellow Americans. Welcome to Liberty Prime, where we talk about politics and crap. So, as you've probably heard, a Thomas Jefferson statue in Portland, right? Yeah, Portland was removed. Now, you see, the people doing that, they're unintelligent. They do not know history, apparently. They spray painted, what do you call it? They spray painted slave owner on the side of the statue. And, woo! How stupid can you be? Like, you have to research history. And if you know your history, you know that Thomas Jefferson hated slavery. He wanted it abolished. One of the original injuries of King George in the Declaration of Independence was that he didn't stop slavery. Founding fathers, most of them, except for the ones in the South, which I don't consider them founding fathers, but the founding fathers, they hated slavery. They wanted to have it abolished. But you have George Washington. He was born in Virginia, and Virginia had really, really horrible slavery laws. And George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, most of the founding fathers, they wanted to release their slaves, but they really couldn't. George Washington, he was able to release his slaves somewhat, but Thomas Jefferson outlived George Washington, and by that time he couldn't free his slaves. He wanted to, but he didn't. And this is something that I don't think Democrats or the left understand, that just because you own slaves, this does not make you a bad person. I've read Uncle Tom's Cabin. I think it's a great book. And you really see the contrasts between, between the different types of slavery. You have, say, people in, Kentucky? I think that was one of the places of the book. Somewhere, Kentucky or Tennessee. You have some people there treat their slaves decently. Then, say, in, I believe, Georgia was the other place Uncle Tom went. You have people there who are just jerks and treat their slaves like animals. Thomas Jefferson did not treat his slaves like animals. He treated them with decency. He treated them like they were human beings. The left does not understand. They just assume that all slavery is bad. Which, yes, slavery is bad, but not all slave owners. They're not all bad. They treated their slaves with decency. Check this out from the Daily Mail. Let's see. Quote, we're taking this city back one school at a time, one racist statue at a time, which is a quote. I don't know who said it, but one of the protesters said it. Several monuments linked to the Confederacy and slavery have been downed in recent weeks, as thousands protest racism and police brutality. Bullcrap. Whatever. Jefferson is credited with writing all men are created equal into the U.S. Constitution. During his lifetime, he owned more than 600 slaves. Must be a hypocrite. But as I said earlier, he hated slavery. But the laws in Virginia did not allow him to release his slaves. You have to understand that. These people hated slavery. They wanted to get rid of slavery. Close. And the left does not understand that whatsoever. Thomas Jefferson, of course, believes all men are created equal. However, just because he owned slaves does not negate that fact. And in more recent news, the tomb of the unknown soldier, I believe of the American Revolution, not sure which war, but it has been vandalized. Thank you, left, for disrespecting all of our fallen soldiers. You are jerks. And it says here, I'll post an image. I will edit in an image if I can. But it says committed genocide on it. What the frick is this crap? They do not respect anyone, at all. These soldiers have fought for your freedom. They have fought so that you could have freedom, your kids could have freedom, your grandkids could have freedom, your prosperity has freedom. That's in the Constitution. This is why they fight. They fight to preserve your freedom, and you're wanting to disrespect that. Well, if you don't like this country, get out. Because we don't want you here. We fight for, we want liberty. You want to be, to have the true, you want true freedom. And true freedom is evil, because it's basically you can do whatever the heck you want, which is bad. We don't want true freedom. We want liberty, which is freedom with restrictions. And I don't know, man. These people, they're crazy and don't understand history, like, whatsoever. Let's see. I do believe, yeah. I don't know, man. But this I will tell you. We have the two ideologies in America are so vastly opposed. They hate the other. And when two ideologies such as that exist in the not just the United States, but in any one country, you have to go to a civil war. You have to. Like, typically, sometimes you can have a compromise. That's what we did back in the day. We had compromises. We said, okay, fine, you can have this, but we have to have this. And they made deals. But we are way past that point. We're past making compromises. So, I don't know what's going to happen in this country. Things are falling apart, and honestly, the chances of us going to a civil war are higher and higher. Please, stay safe out there, my friends.